Hello, everyone. Thank you all for joining me live here for this 2023 retreat overview. Or if you're catching the recording, thank you so much for taking the next 10 to 15 minutes out of your day to kind of hear out what the retreat is about and how you can get in. A special promotion will be at the end, and then we'll do some Q&A as well. I won't record that part, but if you have any questions after you watch this replay, if you're watching it, don't hesitate to reach out. I would love to answer any questions that you have about the retreat. So my name is Chelsea Meese. For those of you who may or may not know me, I am a self-care and boundaries coach, and this is the second annual Trust Fall Into You retreat. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen to where we can just dive right in. So as I said, this is the Trust Fall Into You retreat. It is a 5-day all-inclusive getaway into Colorado, and I'm going to dive into all of the things about our retreat in just a little bit. But before I do, I just wanted to let you know that the retreat is going to be happening on October 4th through 8th for this year. And the retreat overall is dedicated to learning how to trust yourself again. We're going to provide the opportunity for you to not only recharge your body and mind, but also your heart and spirit, not only in the hot springs and with the activities that we do, but also as you build and learn trust within yourself and reconnect with yourself in those moments. So like I said, this retreat is all inclusive. I will go through everything that includes in a moment. However, what does it mean to trust ourselves anyway? And so the trust factor of this is something that I'm very passionate about, because I realize in my life what trusting myself has made me be able to do or accomplish. And I've seen what people, once they start to trust themselves, what they're able to do. And so this is very transformative. And there's a few reasons why we may not trust ourselves, but trust in general is a firm belief in the reliability, truth, ability, or strength of someone or something. That can be in yourself, that can be in those around you, that can be in your family, that can be in your workplace, that can be in your vehicle, that can be in an airplane. Like, you have to have a certain level of trust for every sort of relationship or interaction that you have in this world. And so trusting yourself often means following your intuition or gut feelings when it comes to making that next move, booking that flight, picking that partner, whatever it may be. And it can be as simple as honoring your hunger cues for something that may be satisfying, or, like I said, those big job opportunities, those life-changing moments. As you learn to trust yourself, you're going to feel more confident in those decisions, and you're also going to really realize how much less anxiety you actually have because you have your own back. So the reason that I'm really into this and really into teaching how to trust ourselves is because we're honestly conditioned not to trust ourselves. So from the time we're born, we're told how to talk, how to walk, how to dress, how to act, how to get good jobs, how to do this, how to live by society's standard. And that does not give us a lot of opportunity to decide what is best for us. So if we're not given the opportunity to decide what is best for us, how can we learn to trust those decisions along the way if we're never even given the opportunity to make them? So my biggest passion in learning how to trust yourself is kind of ridding yourself of that conditioning and of societal norms to where you can step into your true and authentic self, because there's a difference between fitting in and belonging. And Brene Brown is a big focus of this process because she explains it so nicely. She says that fitting in is becoming who you think you need to be in order to be accepted. So that means changing who you are, what may feel right for you, what goes against trusting that intuition or gut feelings in order to be accepted, versus belonging is being your authentic self and knowing that no matter what happens, you belong to you. Your relationship with yourself is the one that comes first and foremost. And not only that, but you are responsible for whatever happens to you because of the decisions that you're making, because you trust yourself in those decisions. And so with that, trust is not a feeling. It is a way of being. It means that you make the right decision for you and you have your own back, that you keep those promises to yourself that you make. And those are as simple as, I will start on Monday. How many times have you broken that promise to yourself? How many times have you said, oh, I'll start next month? Or, oh, I'll get to that? and you never do. And you're breaking that trust within yourself. So trusting yourself is being and knowing that you made the right decision for you and you have your back no matter what. That you're able to take the next step and trust that things will work out based off of your decisions and your trust in yourself. That you don't second guess yourself. You're not a game show guest where you're just like, maybe this like price is right. Like you're not guessing a price on that. Like you're not making like the Wheel of Fortune. Like you're not playing these games with yourself because you understand who you are at your core and you know that the decisions you made for yourself you can stand strong in. And so you know how also to return to your inner strength and your power. Obviously, we're inundated by all of these things from society on how to do things or what to be or whatever, especially familial relationships like that. But when you're able to return to your own inner strength and power, you don't require a certain feeling to validate your choices because you know you made the best choice for you in that moment with the information that you've been given about this thing that we call life. And so trusting yourself is not just this thing where you're like, oh yeah, I trust myself. And then you have anxiety and you second guess and you question and you what if yourself to death. Trust is a way of being, that you are listening to your body, that you are listening to your intuition versus your anxiety, that you are listening to those gut feelings and following through with the boundaries or the habits or whatever that may be for you. Because oftentimes we're taught to fit in with others and abandon our true selves. And when we're living in this version of ourselves, we are separated from the true belonging that we desire to have, that we desire of being on our path or of being in the space in which we know we're welcome or that the space in which we know we're going to grow. We separate ourselves when we try to fit in versus learning how to belong because we belong to ourselves. And these are a lot of like, this is a larger concept. And that's what this retreat is about, to teach you how to belong to yourself, to trust those decisions that you make for yourself, to have your own back, mind, body, heart, and spirit. And so that is why this retreat came to be about. So let's dive into that. So the retreat itself is 5 days, 4 nights. It's in beautiful Buena Vista, Colorado. This is a beautiful photo of some of the inside of the cabin. We have a kitchen. That upstairs is a loft. There are 2 queen beds in that loft. And then behind that refrigerator area, there is a queen bedroom and a king size bedroom. Each of those have different pricings. We'll break that down in a moment. But within this space, we also have a kitchen, a beautiful living area, dining area, and that's the look of our cabins there. Then this over here on the right is a view of Mount Princeton Hot Springs. It is 70 acres large. It is not going to fit in one photo. But if you do look up here, and I don't know if you can see my mouse on the recording or if you guys can right now, but this right here, this cabin that you can see in the upper right-hand corner right there, that was our actual cabin for our 2022 retreat. And that is the cabin that I'm going to try to get again for this year. I have some connections. We're going to make it work. I'm going to try to get that cabin and that cabin that's right next to it. So those 2 would be our cabins that we have. There's an infinity pool on the other side of that. And then that is easy access walking down to these lower area pools, where there's also a creek side. If you can see those white rocks at the bottom, those are hot spring areas that we can stay in. So like I said, that is the resort that we are staying at, and I will get to Mount Princeton in a second, but I want to introduce you to a little bit of your team first. I obviously am Chelsea. I'm your coach and host, but then we also have the wonderful, talented, beautiful Melanie. She is a photographer, Reiki master, and yoga teacher. She will be doing our Trusting You photo shoot, and she also, part of coming, you will get one of her mala kits, and we will be working on making those mala kits throughout. We're in talks currently about her doing a yoga session or maybe some Reiki. We do have a sound healer that's not mentioned on here who will do a gong bath, but that Melanie is incredibly talented, and I'm so excited for you guys to meet her. And then Lauren is a private and catering chef. She catered our retreat last year. She lives down here in the valley, and she is an incredible chef, makes some delicious food. And so we're going to be able to accommodate those dietary restrictions, anything that you may have that may interact, like if you don't eat red meat like me, we're going to make sure that we have meals that are available to you no matter what your preferences are. So then to the resort itself, I probably should have switched these slides. Let's just be honest. But like I said, it is 70 acres of beautiful hot springs. There are so many different pools. There are three, actually, 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 3 smaller and 1 larger pool that is only accessible to overnight guests. And so we also have access to those. And then in this photo right here, she is actually in the infinity pool, which something that we're going to be doing is, as a collective, we are going to rent out the infinity pool privately for our final night there, to where nobody else will be in that for 90 minutes. It will just be us. I'm hoping to get it at sunset and work out that timing. But that is going to be an absolutely incredible experience. We did not do that last year. I am making it a priority this year because we need that moment, like that final night. It needed that little extra oomph. And so we're making it happen. Then everything is all inclusive about this retreat. So if you trust me enough to sign up and come down, I got you on everything else, including your shuttle to and from the airport in Denver. If you need it, obviously, if you live in Denver, you're more than welcome to drive yourself. But we will go horseback riding. We're going to do a gong/sound bath, which was last year transformative, absolutely amazing. We're going to do a ghost town tour through St. Elmo. We were actually there last year for the final day that they were open. So we basically had the town to ourselves for a little bit, which was really nice. And we're falling on that same weekend again this year. So you'll have that opportunity. We'll have the Trusting You sessions. There are 3 specific sessions. We're doing an intro session, actually 4, an intro session, Trusting Yourself 1, Trusting Yourself 2, and then a closing session. They're all about an hour each, but that's what we're going to dive into, those different intricacies of trusting yourself. Like I said, we're going to do that Trusting You photo shoot. You'll have access to trails, mountain biking, and the hot springs the entire time that you are there. So there's always going to be something for you to do, to rest, spend time with yourself, learn to trust yourself. I will be honest, last year on the horses, I had to learn how to trust the horse going down the mountain, and I actually cried. So there's so many opportunities for you to deepen that inner trust that you have with yourself, and also learn to trust those around you a little bit more. There is more to the itinerary than just this, and we'll get to that in just a second. But these are some of the highlights that we enjoyed so much last year. We also went to a rock shop. We have dinner out on the town, and like there's just so many great things that we do throughout this retreat. So here is the full itinerary right now. Some of these things may shift around, but in general, these are all the things that we will be doing. We ask that you, since we do a shuttle from Denver to the hot springs, we ask that you arrive in the morning on that Wednesday to be picked up and loaded to leave by 1 p.m. to where we can get down 3 hours into the mountains, check everyone into lodging, and then we do dinner in town. We obviously know that that's a long drive. You've probably flown. We just want to have some food, have some fun. The only thing that is not included in the price of this is your flight, and then your additional snacks that you potentially want for yourself, because those are preference wise. That includes the grocery trip that we take. I go on trips with people, and I always want to go to the grocery store because I'm a picky eater. And so I wanted to be able to have you guys also have the ability to have your own snacks and things without the need to like rent a car to go do so. So we'll stop at the grocery store for that. Then on Thursday, we will do our intro trust session, intention settings with breakfast, and our morning session. Then we will go horseback riding. We're going to learn to gain trust with horses, and we're going to go through, there's 2 options right now that I'm weighing out, and I will probably send out a survey to those who finalize whether we want to do a historical ride this year or if we want to do a sunset ride. And then we'll have a hot springs evening. On Friday, open hike mountain biking day. Last year we had some girls climb Mount Princeton. It was absolutely amazing. I went to the hot spring. I just chilled that morning. And then in the afternoon, we will go to do the ghost town tour, have our gong and sound bath. Obviously food is mixed into all of this as well. But those are our main focuses for Friday. Saturday is our biggest day, to be honest, because we have our trusting session, our second trusting session, mala making with Melanie. We will begin mala making before, like probably on Wednesday night, but then you'll be able to work on your mala throughout the entire thing and have Melanie help you there with the guru bead and putting all of that on. She'll do her photo shoot. We will have an incredible dinner, a cacao ceremony, and then that private infinity pool rental for us. On Sunday, we do a grab and go breakfast because it's an early morning to where everybody can load and leave for the airport. We have you guys dropped off by 11 a.m. to where you can catch an afternoon flight and not get home too late, no matter where you're going back into the US. So this is our itinerary for this retreat. There may be some things added to this. These are the definites that will be there as of currently. But if you have any questions about this, please let me know. This is an incredible time that we have. Each of these things are meant to help you learn to trust yourself some more. So please take that in, take a screenshot if you'd like. Everything will also be on trustfallintoyou.com. But these are what our day's breakdown look like. So then let's talk about pricing, because I know you're probably wondering, what is the price of me going to this? With it being all inclusive, everything is included in this price, like I said, outside of your flight to get there, because not everybody's going to be flying, and then outside of your grocery store snacks. There is also a bar and restaurant on the premises of Mount Princeton, so if you wanted to go down and get a drink, that's also on you. But other than that, everything is taken care of for you with this. So depending upon what room you would like is dependent upon the payment that it will be. So if you want the king room all to yourself, it has a private bathroom with it. There are 2 bathrooms within the cabin. That would be your own personal bathroom. If you're wanting to do that, that's going to be $2,500, but then the prices go all the way down to $1,800 a person. And so with that, you're able to kind of fit in. My goal was to make it to where any budget could come. And so that's why I also broke down the payment process of either 3 or 6 month payments. And then something that I'm doing that's really cool for April, for this month, is if you sign up this month, you submit your application to join, I will take $100 off of whatever the down payment number is here for you. So let's say that you wanted to do the solo loft queen bed. That would be $200 of a down payment instead of $300. Actually, both the lofts would be that. The bring a friend room, a random selection, those obviously they're double occupancy for that. But like you can see, they have the same down payment. I would just take $100 off of that. Then obviously I have the bring a friend discount. If you both sign up before May 31st, you will both get $100 off your deposit. So let's say that you want to come. Absolutely. Go ahead, sign up in April. But if you have a friend who's thinking about it and wants to sign up, they still have until May to be able to join you in that shared accommodation that you guys choose. So I would just need to know, and on the application, you can put in their name of who they are, but this is the special promotion I have for you guys going through this month. Last year, we filled up the cabin pretty quickly. So if you are wanting to get in on this, I definitely encourage you, go ahead, reach out. I'm pretty flexible as far as like, if you need to wait a couple days to be able to submit payment, just reach out, let me know. And then we will go from there. But these right here are the pricing plans, and you can find all of this on the application. You'll choose it on there as well. And that way, I wanted to really make it affordable for everybody to go. So that's why there are payments as low as $250 a month, because that is something that I would feel comfortable with doing myself, and I wanted to make it comfortable for everybody else to trust themselves in this decision that they are making. So the payment plans can go through October 2023. That would be a deposit here in April, and then the next 6 months. So if that is something you are interested in, please reach out, fill out that application, and I will be happy to assist you if you need any assistance with that. But the next step would be going to apply to the retreat by going to trustfallintoyou.com. The way that it works, you fill out the application, I will send you an acceptance email, you'll complete an agreement, and then you pay the deposit within 72 hours or 3 days or the next offer is extended to the next person who is interested. This is just to where I can keep it fair between everyone, kind of first come, first serve. But those are the next steps. So I am so excited that I got to share all of this with you guys. We're going to go into Q&A in a second, but I just really appreciate you taking the time to listen a little bit more about the retreat. Maybe this is for you and you want to sign up, or maybe you thought of someone while listening to this that this may be perfect for. Maybe you come together, maybe you don't. But I just want to encourage you all that if this is something that you even feel remotely called to coming to, reach out. Let's have a conversation. Let's make sure it's a good fit. And I know that we will have a great time with this retreat. So we're going to jump to Q&A. I'm going to cut off the recording here just so it doesn't get too long. But once again, thank you all for joining in on this retreat overview. I am so excited to be able to share this with you guys again this year, and it's going to be a great one. So I will see you guys later if you're watching the recording. Oops, I gotta stop it that way. All right, bye guys.